Hello and welcome to this video. Please join me on my hike of the Juan de Fuca trail on Vancouver Island in British Columbia. Juan de Fuca is a coastal trail which is located on the west side of Canada. There is no more west in Canada. This is the most west as it gets. And it is a 47 kilometers long trail which goes through beautiful green rainforest and passes along beaches, and there is beautiful ocean views along the way. This is my first stop, Mystic Beach. The tide is low. Long time ago I saw this movie which is called Wild, and there was the author and she was hiking for many months, and I found it so inspiring that she could go and be by herself and think about life for such a long time, and it seemed like a great adventure. And since then I had this idea that I would like to go as well, maybe not like on a month's long trail, but this idea of hiking and camping by myself always appealed to me. And this is the very first time I'm actually doing it, and I have chosen this trail because it's a fairly short and fairly easy trail for a multi-day hike. And also it's a popular one, so there is other people along the way. This is Bear Beach. That's where I'm going to stay for tonight. And I think this seaweed here is telling me that I should not put my tent below the seaweed unless I want to practice swimming in my sleeping bag at night when the high tide comes in. My tent is set up here at the back of this beach. It looks amazing. Good morning. First night in the new tent is over, and it was amazing. Listening to the waves at night, and the water came quite high. I was very happy with the tent and with my sleeping bag. I was so comfortable. And I already made breakfast. Ready and packed up, prepared to start day 2, which should be the most challenging with many up and downs, but it's only around 10 kilometers, and I expect to be at the next beach by early afternoon. This was my campsite and my backpack is there. So let's go. Oh well, I didn't really believe it's going to be difficult, but some sections look like this, and climbing over trees with a heavy backpack, and just half an hour ago I sank in mud up to my knees. So it is difficult. But also it's okay because just few minutes after you go through a rough section, you get rewarded with view like this. I wanted to talk a bit about food and what I brought for this hike. It is a 4-day hike. I had a choice of bringing only the dried food, and for backpacking it might be a better choice from the aspect of weight, because fresh food, vegetables and fruits are very heavy to carry on your back for so many kilometers. But to me, health is very important, and part of it is how we nourish our body, and if we give it good nutrients and vitamins so it can work well and serve us well. And that's one of the reasons why I decided to also bring fresh food on this hike. I had some oranges, apples, I had carrots, cucumber, tomato, and I even brought a zucchini to be able to cook with it in the evening for my dinner. And I traded in the discomfort of carrying the additional weight. But at the end of the day, I am very happy that I did that, and that I brought fresh vegetables and fruits with me, because when I stop for lunch or when I cook my dinner, I really appreciate that food, and even more when you have to carry it that far, then you are really thankful and enjoy having the food. Arrived at Chin Beach. Looks very nice. And this is amazing dinner being cooked. So this is the zucchini, and this is a pouch with red lentil stew, and I already put butter in it. It just needs to wait for 10 minutes, and then these two will be combined, and it will be very delicious dinner. The sun is just going to set slowly. And this is my tent. Campsite on the beach. Good morning, this is day 3 of the hike. I'm just leaving Chin Beach and hopefully arriving at Sombrio Beach today, heading north. The air is so fresh, and it's foggy outside because it's still early in the morning, and it makes this atmosphere really magical. Taking a break in this nice little sunny spot, and I haven't met anyone yet today, maybe because I started early, but it is so nice to be in this vast forest just by myself, and it's very interesting that I'm not scared of animals. I'm not scared of bears, not scared of cougars. I don't know if there is any here. I know there is some wolves. And I feel like being in this natural habitat of animals. We are really just guests. And so many times when I am by myself in nature, I feel like I have to be just friends with everything around me, and also every living creature around me has to be friends with me, and we just spend the day together. It is almost the end of day 3 of my hike of the Juan de Fuca trail, and today's hike led me through beautiful forest. I got to see the morning sun and the fog in the woods, and then there were some challenging sections with rocks and with mud, but it led me to Sombria Beach, where I will be staying tonight, and I found a nice campsite to stay, and also went to swim in Pacific Ocean, which is just right behind me. Welcome to day 4 of this trip, and today is the last final day, and I have 20 kilometers to go, therefore an early start, 7 o'clock, and I hope to arrive at Botanical Beach, and then it's just a 2-kilometer walk to the next town, which is Port Renfrew. Today in the morning I got the proof that it's not always the best to get up super early. I started my day very early because it was a long day ahead of me, and I started hiking, but for some reason I went a little bit off route, which I later found out that it was just the alternate route. So I was still okay, but it looked pretty sketchy, and I had to climb over rocks, and I was pretty sure that's not the route where I'm supposed to be on. So I got a little nervous about it because I was by myself, and because it was so early I wasn't meeting any people, and in the middle of that I also saw something on the trail which looked like I love bear poo, but I didn't see any bears, luckily. And now I found my way back to the main trail, and I'm going to have some food and then continue this day. This is how it looks like. Going through the bush. I just saw a bear. I was walking and there were bushes and a small creek and kind of a small wooden bridge going through the creek, over the creek, and I stepped on that bridge, and from the bushes the bear jumps out on the same bridge, and it was maximum 4 or 5 meters from me. It was so scary. On the final fourth day, the trail led through beautiful green rainforest with many ocean views along the way, and it was a fairly easy route, but it was long. After the fourth day of hiking, I arrived at Botanical Beach and I finished the whole Juan de Fuca trail. I'm very happy and thankful for this experience, and I would definitely do it again. This is the pier of Port Renfrew, a town where my trip will end today. I'm very thankful for having had the opportunity to be and hike on the Juan de Fuca trail. Thank you so much for watching, and be well and stay healthy.